What if I told you that Goku is not the winner you thought he was? Hello there, beautiful friends from around the world. I'm going to be your host, Blackenfist, and I am once again here to dispel a myth, to dispel a misperception once again. Goku, he's not the winner you think he is. Many fans express the sentiment that Dragon Ball Z too often revolves around Goku coming in to save the day at everyone else's expense. And while I do agree that Dragon Ball does have a problem of keeping characters relevant, I feel that to say that Goku single-handedly comes in to save the day, where this is a Goku comes in to save everybody, is a bit misinformed if you really examine the series. So let's put it to the test. Does Dragon Ball truly revolve too much of Goku coming in to single-handedly save the day? First, we have to examine the arcs. There's many ways to split the arcs in Dragon Ball Z, but I think the most effective way to do this is to split them into the most major arcs that we can, meaning there are 4. The Saiyan, Frieza, Cell, and Buu arcs. How many of these stories really are Goku coming in to single-handedly save the day? Let's examine the Saiyan arc. It already starts off right off the bat with Goku in a pretty bad position. He can't take Raditz on by himself. Later on in the arc, although he does take out Nappa, he failed to really take out the real threat, Vegeta. One thing that a lot of fans do miss during this fight, and it's a very important detail that should be more obvious, is that Vegeta would have 100%, no, I really mean it, 100% killed Goku in this fight if it wasn't for the interruption that Krillin and Gohan both made. If it wasn't for both of those characters' help and with the addition of Yajirobe, there was no way that Vegeta could have been defeated in this arc. The Saiyan arc, I think we can already tick off our list. It's definitely not an arc where Goku comes in to save the day, since throughout half the fight he was out of commission and Gohan and Krillin were doing most of the fighting. So that's one down for the myth. We go to the Frieza arc. The Frieza arc, interestingly enough, has Goku presented in a very similar fashion. Goku comes in later in the arc to take out a character. Instead of Nappa, it's Recoome this time. So Goku gets one of the henchmen, but the real fight, of course, is with Frieza. Now Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, Vegeta all attempt to take out Frieza, but it's eventually Goku who steps up and does the showdown with him in the final battle. After transforming into a Super Saiyan, this very prolonged fight does turn out to be Goku single-handedly taking out the main threat and putting a resolution to this arc. You could say this arc really is a Goku saves the day kind of story, since he does, even without the help of anyone else, in the end bring an end to Frieza. Well, until at least he comes back in the next arc, but we're not going to talk about that right now. So I guess we can put a check mark on the Frieza arc. Now with the Cell arc, Goku's already getting a bad start. He's going up against Android 19, and due to his heart problems, he's already losing and having to be saved by Vegeta. From this point on, due to his heart problems, Goku is out of commission for a large portion of this arc because he's bedridden. He doesn't come back to train for the Hyperbolic Time Chamber and then eventually tell the Cell games where he faces an enemy once again. And he doesn't prevail again. Goku, realizing that Cell is much too powerful for him and also realizing that his son has a much better chance, forfeits the match in order for his son to take advantage of how Cell fights. Now I will say that this arc does give us one of Goku's most heroic moments, him sacrificing himself to save the planet. And you can even give him some credit points as he's the one who motivated Gohan to go up against Cell in the final struggle. But can you really say this is a story of Goku coming in to save the day? Well, considering that he died and that most of the weight behind the victory you could really say is on Gohan's shoulders, I don't think that one really adds up to this perception, so this is another X mark. And we come up to the Buu saga. Now the Buu saga is insanely long and there are many characters that go up against Buu. There's Vegeta, there's Gohan, there's Gotenks, and even Tien gets in the mix as well. But once again, when it came down to the final battle, was it Goku who came in to save the day? Goku played a large role in the defeat of Buu because he was the one who could form the Spirit Bomb and collect all the energy. But once again, he would have not have been able to do this without the help of Vegeta, Majin Buu, Mr. Satan, and pretty much the entire population of planet Earth. So do we count this one, yes or no? Well, Goku does have a very important role in the defeat of Buu, but to say that he single-handedly saved the day would be stretching it, to say the least. Without the help of the others, the defeat of Majin Buu would have practically been impossible. So we have 3 against 1 arcs in which Goku comes in to save the day. So one question I always have to ask myself is, why do people always think that Goku wins all his battles? Well, I think it's a lot to do with the actual fight that we see Goku win legitimately. It's pretty safe to say that the Goku vs. Frieza fight is probably the most, or if not one of the most iconic battles in all of Dragon Ball. When you're talking about Dragon Ball battles and which one made the biggest impact in the general zeitgeist, that one is probably the one that's going to be mentioned and thought of first. And considering that that is one of the few times that Goku did come in single-handedly to save the entire galaxy like he did, I think that that would slant people's perceptions of how Dragon Ball is as a whole. But to be honest, and to be fair, that one fight isn't the whole story. There is also the predicament of the movies. The movies do paint a very different picture of Goku, and one of the things it does paint is that Goku oftentimes comes in to completely put a resolution to the entire conflict. Single-handedly, I might add. Just to put this in perspective, out of the 13 original Dragon Ball Z movies, 7 of them have Goku defeating the main villain. 4 of them, Goku played a hand in the defeat of the main villain, and only 3 of the movies don't involve Goku in the defeat of the major villain of these movies. You can even include the new movie Resurrection F as a part of the category where Goku comes to save the day, since he did get the final kill on Frieza instead of Vegeta. Sorry, Jay. But I will say the movies definitely slant the perception of how the series is, since it's pretty overwhelming that in the movies, I will say that he's a stereotype of what people think he is. That's right, I think Goku is a stereotype of Goku himself in these movies, which is fine. I find them entertaining, but I definitely don't think that this should be applied to the original series, because the original series is obviously written by Akira Toriyama, and the movies only have Toriyama to a limited degree. Of course, Dragon Ball Super could skew this whole perception even more. With the conclusion of Universe 6, it turned out Monaka was the entire winner of the tournament, but I could still understand how fans could say that Monaka is only a symbolic winner, since Hit and Goku are so much stronger than him, and you could say that Goku kinda did save the day by persuading Hit in some fashion to throw the fight when Monaka stepped up. But anyway guys, I hope that this really gives you a new perception of how Goku is. I feel that Dragon Ball suffers from a lot of stereotypes of what it is. Misperception is nothing new in the Dragon Ball fandom. Future Trunks getting his sword from Tapion is one example. But in the end guys, I really hope that you have a greater understanding of Dragon Ball because of this video. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel, as if you like this video and my thoughts and commentary, I will be bringing out more Dragon Ball segments like this one. So until next time guys, I'm Black and Fist, and I'm out, man.